Yo, 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 reporting live, new episode. We're at Closed Podcast, having dope conversations in comfortable settings. I got my guest, my guy, my brother from down Maryland. Thanks for tapping in. I know you overseas right now, um, going through a transition through your season. But give it up for my guest, Jorden Duffy. What's up, Duff?
What's up? Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Man, appreciate you for, making this a 1 day turnaround, not even 1 day, a couple hours. Talked
hmm
about it last night. I appreciate you. First question I want to ask you: when did you get introduced to the game of basketball?
Mm, I was probably like 7 for real. My mom just, we live right across the street from the Boys and Girls Club, and my mom just went over there and signed me up. It was like, it's something for us
Mm-hmm.
to do. And so ever since then, I just gradually, caught on to it. And at first, it was football. I played football more. I would like football more than basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was like, I was smaller than everybody. They started hitting their growth spurt before me. And basketball kind of came like natural to me. So from the age of 7, I just kept playing.
All right, coming up in Salisbury, Maryland. What was the basketball scene like down there?
I mean, I heard like I never really went to basketball games or nothing. Like I never really was like watching who was playing, but you always hear like names and from what I heard and like kind of what I saw a little bit. We had some killers down there, like Craig Winders, Andre Wyatt, Pooh Bear, um, Andre Collins. It was a lot. We had a lot of people like that really could go. Devon Gale, Bon Bon. Then closer to my generation, it was more so like Trey Morris, DeRay Johnson, Cody Jacoby. So it was, it was all
Mm-hmm.
right. It wasn't as big as like the city, the inner city, because we was in like a small area, so it wasn't as like known, but it was respectable. Like when you went across the bridge and you play, people know where the Eastern Shore is at, where Salisbury is at.
Gotcha.
hmm
All right. What was y'all like dynamic of? I know you say you played in like the rec center and things like that. Us in Philly, we had when I was younger, we had like rec centers going against rec centers and leagues like that. You go to certain leagues. I mean, go to certain rec centers for leagues and things like that. Was that the same dynamic with you guys down there?
Nah, so the pretty much you basically sign up for the Boys and Girls Club, and then you got a cadet, you got a junior, then you got a senior league, and this before you get to high school. So everybody just sign up there, and you playing against everybody in one gym. You know what I'm saying? It was two
Mm-hmm.
separate gyms, but it's just one big facility.
Okay.
And then as we got older, AAU, everybody just split up, went to different AAU teams around the area, or some of us went across the bridge to play AAU.
Well, what age did you start taking it like really basketball really serious?
For real, not until my junior year of high school.
Hmm.
Yeah, my junior year of high school is when I really started locking in and like noticing I could go somewhere with basketball. Because as a freshman and sophomore, I was like, I dealt with things as a kid that I didn't really
Hmm.
know how to like deal with it at the time. So I started like, drifting off and doing other stuff outside of playing sports. But
Hmm.
then like, I kind of buckled down a little bit my junior year. And you start hearing that, you can do this, you can do that with ball. And so
Hmm.
from then on, I started like really working out because before it was just I was just hooping. Like I didn't know how to work out. I didn't know what you were supposed to do in the workout. And so yeah, my junior year is when I really started like locking in and taking ball serious.
Coming up, who was like some of the ones that you looked up to and molded your game after? As in that early ages before high school, or let's say until your ninth grade year,
Like around my way or just period.
around your way, period. Yeah, period. Around your way, period. Mine started local, so that's what I say around your way or period.
Keep it a buck, bro. I wasn't really too fond of too many people. Like I never been like a people person until I got a little older.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't model my game after nobody. I was just nice, like people told me I was nice, so I was just hooping. I didn't watch highlights. Like I told you, I didn't go to no high school games. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I had one uncle. He was all right. His name was Antoine. They used to call Haitian Twan. He was adopted by my grandma, and
Mm-hmm.
he could hoop, but he really was like goofy. He didn't really care about playing ball, but he could hoop. And he was one of the ones like that would take me outside and teach me little dribbling drills. But other than that, bro, I really didn't model my game after nobody.
Okay. You said you was when did you start playing AAU basketball, dude, for you? Because now they got like AAU like kindergarten. It seemed like
Yeah.
you
I wasn't
feel
that
me?
young. I was probably like
Yeah.
12 when I started. It was one of the local AAU teams called the Chosen Ones. And so I started playing with them from 12 until probably like 15. Might have been a little younger than 12 because I was 10, but we didn't have a 10 and under, so I was playing with the older guys. Like I would just play with them. Yeah, so probably like 10 or 11 for real.
How you feel? Just by you speaking on that, how do you feel about you like you said you were sent playing with 12-year-olds, but we got guys that's 12 playing with 10-year-olds because of the grade they reclassified in or they in right now. How you feel about that state of basketball that we in now with the kids playing lower? We used to play up or have to play up.
Yeah,
But
I'm not a fan of it at all because it's not doing nothing for your game. Like I feel like when you play with older guys, it like matures your game a little quicker. Like what it's gonna be like when you start playing, when you go to college or you know what I'm saying, you get to that high school level, you know what it's gonna be like, you know what it's gonna have to take for you to be on the floor. So I'm not a fan of like playing down. And I like how like some of the kids now they, reclassing back to their regular class and graduating to the regular class to go to college early because you see like the AJ DeBansters and the what's the kid that go to Duke? The white boy.
yeah, it's my guy, Cooper Flag.
Yeah, you see them, but they was in high school, bro. It looked too easy. So like you see kids. They say they playing for 12 and under, but they really 16 years old. It just don't look entertaining at all. Like it does nothing for them at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. What's the name of your high school that you
Jameson
went
Bennett.
to? Jameson Bennett. How was that dynamic of high schools in your area? I know, like in Philadelphia, I feel like we got a million different high schools. Now, is it done your way? How was it down there with high school? Like, and how was you able to choose that high school? Was that the one you had to go to with no choice, or
Yeah, it was just in my district. So if you live
y'all
on
go
the
by
south
districts?
side,
Okay,
yeah, if you live on
okay,
a certain area of the south side, you go to Bennett. You can live on a certain area of the south side, go to Parkside. So it's
okay,
just really in the district. And so
okay.
like you say, you had a million high schools. We probably had we only had two big rivalry games that everybody would come to. That was High and Parkside. But
Okay.
all the other games, like we probably smacking teams by 20 and 30. So it wasn't really like entertaining. It wasn't really when I was in high school, it wasn't really like that hyped up as much as it was when I heard like when I was younger and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I about to say because in Philly, it's about when I first was coming up before the charter schools came in. You had to go to your local the neighborhood. We called your neighborhood just like district, your neighborhood high school. But we also had like the magnet schools you was able to go to here in Philly, and it being so widespread with the population so big, and then the charter schools came into play. So once the charter schools came into play, it was like it's like college recruiting. And now you're able to go to any school you want to go to. You don't gotta be from from that district, that area. You could go live in North Philly and go into school all the way in Southwest.
Yeah.
And that's not even including the Catholic schools we got out here too as well. So when you go to Catholic school, that's a whole different ball game. So tell me about your high school, your high school career.
I ain't played my freshman and sophomore year. Started playing my junior year. I played that whole year and played half my senior year. My grades was messed up freshman sophomore year. And then my junior year, I started locking in on basketball. I got in the classroom. I started going to school first of all, like because freshman year I didn't have a GPA.
What?
My joint said 0-0, no grades on there because I didn't go to school. So
that was something going on at home.
Yeah. And then my junior year, I started playing. I played that full year. My grades was together. And then my senior year, like I said, played a half. Because once I got to my 1,000, I was like, I'm cool. Like I don't want to play no more. And I stopped going to school and everything again. Don't
Right.
know why. I just
After you scored 1,000 points.
yeah, I just stopped going to school.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
my high school career was short, but it was like it was probably the most exciting year and a half people seen of basketball, like because I was really hooping. But other than that, it was short lived for real.
Dang. So you having little to no grades, how was you able to get to that next level to college?
I had to go through mad summer school, like summer school and night school. I was
Hmm.
taking night school classes. At my 12th grade year, I was in night school and summer school that whole year. Like I was in school all year round that whole year, trying to get my grades together.
Mm. Wow. Wow. That's different, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So what in you like made you not give up after doing all of that? And it's like, okay, high school, because a lot of people they fizzle out after high school. Like that's
Yeah.
their peak. That's their peak in life.
Mm-hmm.
But what about you? Is like, I'm gonna go ahead, go to night school, do what I gotta do, school all year round. Like you said, at the 1,000 point, that's some people highlight the life. I
Yeah,
scored a thousand
exactly.
point in my high school. They gonna be in the neighborhood for the rest of their life. They might be at the local bar. They might be at the delis. We call them delis.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking, partying, doing all that. And that's the highlight for their life. Their life just stopped after the 1,000 points. Like, so what in you clicked and said, at the time, like, because your track, like you tell me your track record, you wasn't going to school,
Yeah.
your grade point average. What in you was like, you know what? I need to go do this next thing to get to the next step.
Um, I think like you were saying, like I started becoming more aware of my surroundings, and
Mm-hmm.
like I started seeing, you know, no knock to anybody, but I started, being around guys where they'd be like, "Oh man, I used to do this in high school. I used to do that. Go ask this person, go ask that person." And I'm like, I ain't trying to be like that. Either I'm gonna go to
Facts.
school and play ball, or I'm gonna move away and try to figure out, real life. But like I wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
I just never wanted to be one of those people that was just like sitting around at the YMCA outside at the park talking about, bro, I used to do
Shit full of
that, bro.
water.
You can ask them what I used to do. Like,
Mm-hmm.
nah. And I knew it was like, I don't know, that kind of just lit a fire under me. Like I'm just like, that was just a big fear of mine, just being that person that just always bragging about what they used to do. And like, people be like, man, nobody care about what you used to do. Nigga, that was 10 years ago. And I didn't want that for myself. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want that for
Yeah,
myself. Yeah.
yeah. I caught that glimpse of that. I used to live in excuse me, I used to live in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And I had folks when I first got there. I used to like hearing all those stories. Like, a person up there, this is what they did in high school, they won the states, they did XYZ, they did all that. But then the story stops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, what was next? Did he go to school? Did he? Oh yeah, he went to JUCO, but yeah, he back home. He back home now. You try to hoop with
Mm-hmm.
me every Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I mean, to relive your glory days, even back here in Philly. Like you see that so much here in Philadelphia. Like after they graduate high school, that was the peak of their life. That's the peak of their career, and it's everybody always try to get judged back from high school basketball. Like everybody high school career not going to be good. It's about the ones that stay with it.
Yeah.
But so back to you. It was about you said you took the night classes and everything. So let's say you got your grades.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your college choices after all of that?
Um,
After you went through the rigorous to graduate and do the night classes all year round for 2 years, your mentality changed. So what was your options for college?
I was trying to get my stuff together for either prep or JUCO because it was the only two options I had.
Mm,
And so I played AU after my senior year, and we played in the Fab 48 in Las Vegas,
that's when it
and
was
it
the
was set.
prom. That's when it was that
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
hmm And so we ended up winning that joint. And
Mhm.
college coaches they was coming up to me, but once they found out I didn't have the grades, because I
Yeah.
had University of Southern California and K State at the time was both
Hmm.
trying to like recruit me, but once they figured out I didn't have the grades, it was like they vanished, and I didn't really know at the time. Like, damn, like what's going on? I'm thinking like I can squeeze my way in somehow to go there.
Because of talent, you think? Because of talent gonna get you
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a JUCO that kept calling, kept calling, kept calling. I wasn't answering the phone because at this time we just won Fab 48. I got these Division Ones calling me. I'm like, I'm cool off the JUCO. But then Coach Scott Janander and Tally, they both called me. They was like, yeah, you ain't got the grades to go D1. He was like, we got a great opportunity for you here. We're gonna come let you rock out. We're gonna make sure you stay on top of your grades. You can go D1 after you leave from this JUCO. So I
Mm-hmm.
started doing my research on the JUCO, and once I seen Steve Francis went there his freshman year, I was like, all right, I'm gonna slide. I'm go. Like I ain't had nothing else to do, so I'm like, I don't want to stay home. Didn't take a visit. Didn't know what I was getting into. I left the day after my birthday, bro. My birthday was August 19th. They booked my flight for August 20th. This is my first time being away from my family for that long of time. Like I was like, do I really want to
So
do this?
what was the name? What was the name of your junior college?
San
For those that
Jacinto,
don't know. For those
San
that don't
Jacinto
know.
College. Yeah, San Jacinto
Okay.
College. Yeah.
And where that's located at?
LaPorte, Texas, like close to the Houston area, like 30 minutes from
Mm-hmm.
Houston. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's the country, bro. Like the
Mm-hmm.
sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went. That was my only opportunity of playing college ball. I'm like, I'm gonna make something out of nothing. And I went, and my 2 years, I scored my 1,000 in 2 years. My sophomore year, we was number one in the country. We went to Hutch. We ended up losing, but we won the regional tournament. I got region MVP. I was a JUCO All American. So I
Same
made the
here.
best of them
Do your
too.
thing.
I made the best of them 2 years.
Uh-huh. Speaking of JUCO, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see the new rule that just passed. I know you're overseas right now. You see the new thing that just passed, right?
The 4 years.
And listen, you're able to go 2 years. But the thing about it is you gotta graduate with your degree within those 2 years.
Okay.
That's one thing that they're not putting that into emphasis as much. Like you got your 2 years, you get your degree, then you leave to go to D1. You got 4 more years.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about that now?
Me, I don't want to be in school that long. I'm cool off of it. But anybody else, they might
Mm-hmm.
need those, them extra 2 years of school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe to help, maybe not go into the NBA, but like help your overseas professional career. Because like for my situation, I went to a D1. I went to North Texas, and I got hurt my junior year. I broke my foot. I had to get surgery. So like it was like how it is, next man up. So I was supposed to be out. The keys were supposed to be mine in North Texas. That's why I went. My final two schools was Texas Tech, which is Big 12, and North Texas. But you thinking like, what's best as far as your career? I'm thinking like, they telling me I'm gonna have the keys, like I'm gonna have the ball in my hand, I'm gonna be able to rock out like I did in
Mm-hmm.
JUCO. I got
Mm-hmm.
hurt, just went down to down the roster.
It's
Yeah,
just
down the
next.
roster. Yep. So I feel like maybe if I had another 2 years, I could have raised my stock back up a little bit. That's just my situation though. But I don't like school. I don't like school enough to be in school for six total years, bro. Like I just couldn't do it for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. I ain't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might have did it, but you gotta think about it. You got 3 degrees.
Yeah, that's smart
I'm
too.
talking about. I'm talking about setting this up like basketball gonna be destined. You got it. You don't. That's how I look at it like that. But it's when that basketball stops. Like that's the only thing I wish I would have took care of when I was in school. Like once basketball stopped, I'm already in place. I'm not going back to make up for what I should have finished. You get what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah,
So.
you thinking about it. You thinking about it like that. Yeah, that's smart though. 3 degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 3 degrees. That's 3 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 different pay grades they gotta give you from the rip. Not saying like because a lot of people think you playing overseas like you make all this money. Like you make money, but life still happens within it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you gotta realize where we come from is like we got that mentality that we try to bring everybody with us. So it's like, well, you a private person, so you probably ain't got that. But I know with myself, I was trying to bring the whole block, the whole neighborhood with me, and I got a bunch of brothers. My mom got 6 boys, so just imagine how all that is. So me trying to bring all that with me and a bunch of friends that helped me along the way. Plus, I got kids, so on top of everything going through, so you blow through a little bit, you're not mindful of it, and then we think about the ball don't stop, but the ball actually do stop. The ball
Yeah, for
stops a little
sure.
bit. So especially overseas, like you playing Russian roulette sometimes. So
Yeah.
So you in North Texas, you get hurt. What's your mindset right now in North Texas right now? While you there dealing with your injury.
So I flew back home because they was talking about like you gotta get surgery, and I was a mama's boy at the time. Like I still kind of am, but like at that time, like I was big. I was the biggest mama's boy in the world. So
You
I
only
flew
get one.
home.
You better.
Yeah, I flew home and was like, "Mom, what you think? Like, you think I should do the surgery?" She like, "Yeah, I think you should get it." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "You trying to come out there with me?" Mind you, my mom never been on a flight ever. So she like, "Nah, I can't do it," because my grandfather was still alive or no, my grandmother was sick at this time, and so she had to stay home take care of my grandma. And she's like, "I can't do it, but I can get somebody that'll come out there with you." I'm like, all right, that. So I ended up going back, getting the surgery. I wasn't gonna go back to school though, bro. When I broke my foot, I was just done. Like I was like, I'm cool. I'm not going back to school. Like my coaches was
Was that
calling, like,
was that a depression state?
yeah, yeah. Because when I got hurt, I sat in my dorm room for 2 weeks by myself, like just crying, trying like I'm talking to God. I'm like, why me? Like this is what I wanted. I wanted to play D1. Then when I get here, like I'm questioning God. You know what I'm saying? So I knew I fell into a
Mm.
depression mode, especially. And when I went back home, it was even like I fell into it deeper because it was like, you know how when you go home, when you take them visits home, you like the celebrity, bro.
Yeah, you
But
are.
this time, yeah, when this time I go home, no
They
love.
ain't
Like
checking for you. They ain't checking you. You
I'm
hurt.
I'm on crutches.
They don't even want no gear from you. Hey bro, can I get the shirt? Can I get the sweatsuit? They don't want none of that from you no more. Huh?
All that faded,
They
bro.
ain't
I'm
even
like,
asking you.
mm-mm.
God gave you the test early though.
Yeah, and
God gave you
I'm
the
deaf.
test to show you who was who and what was what before it was time to go to that next level.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all it was. That's really all it was. God was letting you. He let you know early on. He let
Yep.
me see. He God showed me already, but he let me really see it later on in life when it was time to go to that next chapter in life.
Mm.
So yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, a lot of people, a lot of us don't. Back then, we didn't know about the mental health and the being depressed and like we just think we was told you gotta be a man, you gotta be tough, you can't cry, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like our feelings was null and void, and
Mm-hmm.
us as athletes we get that stigmatism and we get told that a whole lot, like shut up and dribble, all that type of stuff. So Dylan, like noticing that it was a depression. Did you notice that then, or did you notice that as you got like as you sit back and reflect on what you was doing?
Nah, I noticed it then.
Oh, hold it up. You say you noticed it? No, no. You say you noticed it then.
Yeah, I noticed it then because I fell into depression my freshman year in high school, but
Mm.
I didn't know. But I had ended up getting a therapist, and like, you know, as a freshman in high school, you don't know what depression is. You're not really like thinking too much about it. You just think like something happened. Now I'm acting like this. I'm acting out like this. But
If you don't mind, if you don't want to, one guy to go into that, but if you don't mind, you mind on elaborating on what the depression was and that you knew your freshman year in high school.
so I had an uncle. Me and my uncle was real close. He was like he was my father figure in my life when I was young. But he had did 12 years in prison, and he came home my eighth grade summer,
Mm-hmm.
and he ended up getting murdered like 9 months after he got out.
Mm.
And this was like my first like I spent time with him when I was younger, but like when he got out, like we spent a lot of time together. Like we did,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that kids want to do with their fathers.
Right.
And he just took me under his wing, like he was coaching me in basketball and all that stuff. So that joint happened going into my freshman year. So that's why I
Mm.
fell into that state of depression because I was just like so like I was angry, I was hurt, like the same thing as when I was dealing with my foot injury. Like you just
Mm.
questioning, you ask like why now, why this happened? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So going back to my foot injury, that's when I knew like I fell into another state of depression because dealing with that at such an early age, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You learn you start to become like more in tune with your emotions and then trying to talk to somebody about it instead of like holding it in. And it was my idea to go to a therapist
That's
because
dope.
I felt like I bottled so much in since a kid. Like you say, when you fall, you know, your mom and your aunts and your uncles, they telling you, get up, dust yourself off. You all right, don't cry.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like, bro, I can't stop crying. Like I need to talk to
Yeah.
somebody. Like this is too much. Like I'm like somebody come ask me a question, bro, I'm lashing out. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I knew at
Mm-hmm.
that time it wasn't healthy for me. So I was like, maybe I do need to find somebody professional to talk to.
Right.
Yeah. So I
I'm
knew,
happy.
yeah.
I'm
Go
happy
ahead.
you was able to identify that. I'm happy that you was able to identify that early in life. My
Yeah.
mom tried to do that with me, like had me go speak to people with things that happened in my childhood, but I really wasn't open and willing to. But you having a willingness to go do that, that's a lot. That's a lot about your character, bro. For real, because that's not normal. Because like I say, like we was on the cusp of whatever happened. It ain't about nothing. We just shake it off and keep going. But we still piling all that stuff up in the back of our mind. And one day we lash out off a
Mm-hmm.
small trigger, but all that stuff is built up, and we finally got a way to rage or something to let it out because we never was able to talk about it.
Yeah.
I've been like that before. Like speaking about your uncle, I had like brothers. They not my actual brothers. My physical. I had one physical brother that passed. My brother Ray. But that was recently. But I had people that was like brother figures to me, close friends to me. Me and Brendan, we share a close friend. His name Bird. I don't know if he spoke about him to you, my homie
Yeah.
Bird.
I hear him speak about him a lot, actually.
Yeah, and me and Bird used to be together like all day, every day. He was like how y'all two are down there. Like we used to work out every day. I said, but I was the one like teaching him, but I was the one trying to go to the pro level. I was just trying to get him in college.
Yeah.
So we used to get up every day and like just work out and do what we was doing every day without a dollar in our pocket, just trying to figure it out early. And my boy was at like the wrong place, wrong time, just saying hi to some friends on the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and he ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point like me and him went from talking every day, all day, to us talking probably like once a week type of thing at one point in time. But then we rekindled before he passed me, like, and it's ironic. I think that was just God's doing, because it's like he was going to another chapter and I was going to another chapter. We wasn't able to be around each other all day, every day. So the communication was like slim. The goals wasn't the same, but the love was always still the love. We seen each other, was always the love. But
Right.
then after a while, he was just like, he hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. He was like, man, bro, I'm proud of you. I signed my first contract. He said, I see what you're doing. You planning the rump and all that now. We used to talk about that when we used to be working out. You doing everything that you said you wanted to do. Da 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 da. We're gonna get up soon. All that. Then it's probably like 2 days later, he got killed.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly 2 days later, he got killed. So, and that put me in a deep depression. It's like, as well as like losing like nephews and friends. And a
Yeah.
lot of the time, I didn't know how to identify it as depression. I would go
Mm-hmm.
drink. You know what I mean? I would go be in a deep thinker, deep thought of drinking. I'm out in the neighborhood with my friends. Once you get in the hood, everybody doing the same thing.
Yep.
All of us sitting on the corner, in Philly, we all doing the same thing, talking, reminiscing, whatever the case may be. But it's like and I know at the end of the day, like we know that at the end of the day, we all we got, but we really need to go speak to somebody. We need
Yeah.
to go speak about that trauma, because we can't keep buying bottles of Don Julio. We can't keep buying Jones and Hennessy or whatever. That ain't going to do nothing for the pain. We actually have to sit down and unleash
Mm-hmm.
these feelings, and then we have to not accept, but learn to live with the outcome what happened in life. There's one
Yeah.
thing in life: we all born to die.
For
There's
sure.
one thing for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
back to your okay. So you got your surgery. They back
Yeah.
at the crib with you. They back nursing you to health. What's your move? What's your next thing?
I stayed in North Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I got through the injury. I probably came back a little too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Just eager to play, didn't want to sit. Um, Dealt with more injuries. Like I had a concussion. I had what else? I had something wrong with my knee.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I pulled my some. I was messed up. I was messed up my whole junior year.
Mm-hmm.
So I was about to enter the transfer portal, and my coach was like, we're gonna play in the college basketball invitational. He was like, I just want you to be able to play. You didn't really play a lot this year. We're just gonna let you play. Like, it's something you interested in doing. I told him straight. I was like, nah, I'm not coming back. But then Reem, he had K State now. He was like, come on, Duff. Like, this would be smart for you to do. You can come play. You can show who you really are. Like, he's not gonna coach you up like he was all year. He's not gonna be down your back. So I flew because I was in Houston at this time, so I flew back to North Texas. I didn't want to be there. Like, I just didn't want to be there. Our first game was in South Dakota, bro. Like, I'm like, I'm cool. Like, I'm so cool. I do not want to be there.
You in the middle of nowhere for real.
And then the first game, he really wasn't tripping like how he was all year. He wasn't like yelling and screaming. Long story short, we ended up winning the CBI. I think my season high was like 31 in the CBI. He let me rock out one game. I just had 31. And we ended up winning that joint. So I ended up staying another year, my senior year. We had a good team. Like, pretty much everybody came back. We had some people leave.
Who was your team? You know, you tell the pause right there. Give your teammates some shout outs, you know, that was with you at North Texas.
We got Ryan Woolridge. He played. He was on the G League for the Thunder.
Yeah, I know that is.
Yeah, he playing Greece now. Mo Gibson. He was just in China. He play in Serbia now. Zach Simmons. I think he in Lithuania. Mike Miller. I don't know. He playing somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Roosevelt Smart. He was J.R. Smith, bro, when I was at North Texas. Swear it, bro. Like, just like J.R. Tough shot maker. When the ball 2 seconds, when we got 2 seconds left on the guy, that's who we get the ball to.
The grenade, he didn't care about it.
Nothing. No conscience, bro. He not playing no more, but he was one of them ones. DJ Draper was our walk-on, but little white boy wasn't no slouch, though. Like, he was trying to put people in the rim at 5'10". Yeah, he was cold. We had a good team though. Like, we was all cool with each other. Like, we would go hang out weekends hang out at the bars. We had little house parties and chill with each other. But yeah, we had a good team.
How important is that off court chemistry?
I think it
camaraderie to bring it together.
I think it played a big role in team success. Like, when you come overseas, you got some team. Like, I've been a part of some teams where, like, the captain of the team, he'll call for, just the team to get together and chill and, like, bond with each other. And it goes a long way within the season because you start figuring out who's who, and you start seeing, like, what people like, what they don't like. And, like, you know what I'm saying? But I've been a part of some teams that don't do that at all. And you see, like, when you on the court with each other, like, say if somebody shoot 2 shots in a row, you got one teammate, he mad, like, why he keep shooting that shot? And I feel like once you got a bond with your teammates and they start knowing, like, who you are and what kind of player you are, that it plays a big part in, like, team success as far as, like, having team bonding and stuff.
What was your most memorable? I know you said the 30 plus points game you had, and, like, give us a little detail of, like, how you felt that day going into the game, and did you just know it was going to be a good game, or you worked yourself into a good game? As players begin to that, like, we call it that zone or that mode you in. What was your most memorable game in college, and how did you, like, get your mindset ready? Was you already, like, you was locked in from the rip? Somebody was just talking trash to you, like, I'm gonna turn up. Somebody might have fouled you, you ain't get the call. I'm gonna turn up. Tell me about the most memorable game you had.
I think my most memorable joint was playing against Trae Young when we played him at Oklahoma, because I was coming off my knee injury at this time, so the game just going, like, I'm just part of it. I'm not really doing nothing. It was just, like, flowing, and he doing his thing or whatever. And so he said something to me. He said something, and I was like, I started saying something bad. I'm like, nigga, I was like, shut, start talking my stuff. He like, you coming off the bench. He's like, you come off the bench. You don't matter. Bro, he said that. And Reem was like, oh, Duff, you talking to the wrong one now. You got hoop. And my head coach heard that. He like, yeah, Duff, just go hoop now. Like, don't worry about what I'm saying. Just go hoop. I think I ran off like 10 straight, bro. Like, I hit like a couple threes. I got a crazy reverse layup. But I gassed out because, mind you, I just come off this injury. So I gassed out quick. But I was like, if I had more gas in the tank, bro, I was going to let him have it that day. I swear I was going to let him. Because after I hit the 2 threes, he switched off and went to our point guard. He didn't want to guard me anymore.
He don't guard.
Yeah, so I was like,
You heard him say he started guarding you because you come off the bench. You're not even on the scout, so I could chill. He could chill over here to give y'all all the offense. Then like, oh no, he had a problem. He ran from that smoke, huh? Trey ran from the smoke.
If I had more gas, but they was gonna get lit that day. I'm telling you, if I had a little bit more gas in the tank.
Trey ran from the smoke. That's what you're telling me. Trey, he ran from that smoke. Oh,
he ran from it. He ran from it for sure, bro. But that was my most memorable game though, because like seeing a lottery pick up close like that, it's like
you knew it.
It's like
you could tell he was.
Yeah, the way he was just dissecting the game, bro, and like you can ask BR. He'll tell you like before I didn't used to play no pick and roll. I didn't know how to make pick and roll reads, but after that game specifically, like that's when I really started like taking the pick and roll. So I learned how to do the pocket pass. I learned how to do the hook passes. Like I'm learning how to come off probing and keeping people on the, in the cage. Just off of that game, like seeing him Trey Young, and he's younger than me, but seeing him play like that at his own pace, getting whatever shot he want, whatever pass he want, I'm like, yo, it's really levels to this joint, bro. Like for real, like it's really levels to it.
That's tough. Yeah. I was like that. I was like that when we played against Tyreek Evans. I knew he was going to the league. He should just went to the league out of high school, but that's how I felt. It wasn't the aura about him, but it was just that pace, that poise, and just knowing, like, bro, I'm good. Like, I'm good already.
Yeah, and you could, like you said, the aura. Like he didn't really have like, not when you step on the court with him. It was like, oh,
yeah. It was when you go back and look at it.
Yeah, when he started playing and you start seeing like what he was doing the whole time and how he was playing, I'm like, yeah, he's going to the league for sure.
Yeah, he figured the style of playing the game play out early in the early age. That's tough. So your college career is over. You're done. What was your next journey in your marathon?
So I ended up staying in Dallas with some of my friends from high school. His family moved to Dallas. They was in Texas, so I ended up staying with them for a while because I was like, I didn't want to go back home and stay home and be stagnant, not doing nothing. Stayed there. I was still going to North Texas to like work out a little bit and stuff, like working out with the team, just to stay in shape. Months go by, bro. It's like you start to see some of your teammates that you played with on college, they getting their rookie contracts. Time just keep flowing. It get to Christmas time. I'm like, is it time for me to start like figuring it out for real, or do I still keep working out? You start getting those thoughts like maybe it's over, like it probably ain't gonna be what I thought it was gonna be. January hit, and I get my first rookie contract. My first one, January. Go to Slovakia, like JUCO. You don't know, bro.
Slovakia.
Never heard of it. Never thought about it.
Yeah.
I go there.
It was cold.
Cold, freezing. I ain't take no coat. I had hoodies. I'm like, I'm tripping.
Tripping.
Them
gyms cold.
Just like outside, Phil. Just like outside. 20 degrees in that joint. You gotta play in there.
Yep.
So I played.
And they tell you you can't wear a t-shirt under your jersey.
Yep. Or it gotta be like a compression joint. It can't be no loose. And you can't wear long sleeves under. I'm like, this gonna be however long I was gonna be there.
You just gotta make it to March.
Yeah, March, April.
You got
get there.
You got to the March. It get a little warm.
So I played 8 games there, and I had like one. So I had a meeting with the GM before probably my 6th game, and he was like, the only way we gonna win is if you score. Like he was like, I brought you here to score. I know what you can do. I don't want you to play like you played in college. He was like, I know what you're capable of. So we had that meeting. I go home talking to my mom. Like this is what he told me. Like she like, well, what you gonna do? Like you gonna you know what I'm saying? Take advantage of it, or you just gonna just keep trying to figure it out. So game day come, we in a pregame shoot around. I'm not missing, bro. Like I'm just, you get that feeling. Like you like, all right, tonight gonna be a good night. Go home, do my little pregame, nap. I eat a little bit, go back to the gym. I ended up having my career night 35, bro, as a rookie.
Yeah,
35.
that's tough.
And we
That's tough.
beat the number one team in that league that night.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. So my rookie year, I cut short. I played 2 more games after that. They was good games. Ended up getting cut short because of COVID. COVID happened. Everybody go home. I'm home for another year. Like I stayed home the whole year. Didn't play in COVID. They talking about you get the vaccine, you can go play here. I'm like, I'm cool. I'm not getting the vaccine. Not doing it. So I just keep working out. Everybody, my peers around me that played, they start falling off. Like they like, man, it's over, bro. Like
COVID, ain't that serious no more.
Yeah,
COVID retired. COVID retired a lot of people.
Yeah, and I just kept like something good gonna happen. I'm gonna just stay patient. So I ended up firing my old agent. I got rid of him because I felt like he had too much going on, like too many clients, and he wasn't making me a priority. So I got a new agent, and he happened to get me another contract back in Slovakia again. I'm like, I'm gonna take what I can get at this time. I just need to get my feet, get my feet wet again. Like
bet on yourself, double down, right?
Yeah. So I went there. They predicted us like last in the league. We ended up finishing third. Excuse me. We finished third, had a good year, and then everything just kind of went uphill from there from that year. So technically my second rookie year.
Right, because you didn't get to finish it out right. So your second half of your rookie year. Got you. Got you. So you coming home after that second half of your rookie year, there's still some COVID protocols. What was your off-season training like? Was you like more motivated to move on up? Something big was coming, or it was like, all right, I'm cool where I'm at. I made something. I'm going back to Salisbury. What was your mindset?
I was like probably the most motivated I ever been in my life because, mind you, my second half of the rookie year, I had my son. So. Like that joint, when when you have a kid, it just give you that extra push. Like, so I'm going dumb hard every workout. Like every day, I'm waking up 5 a.m. I'm going running, 5 a.m. I'm going to the gym around like 12 or 1 basketball workout. Then I probably go home, chill with my son for a little bit. Then I'm going back at night for another basketball workout. This was every day though. Like I'm not taking no breaks. Like my baby mom understood. She like. She understood what came with it. So she was all right with like, she would be in there with me sometimes when I'm working out. She would bring my son in there with me. And so like, I was just super motivated. And then I got a call early. Like my agent was like, yeah, we got you something in Serbia. He's like, it's locked. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going. Like, I'm not waiting. I probably got that call like May or June. That's early to sign your contract.
That's super early. Yeah, when they wanted you to report August, you had to leave in August? Or they wanted you earlier?
August, I had to leave in August. But the good thing about it is, me, my son, and his mother, we all flew at the same time. Like I brought
That's love. That's love. That's love.
So that was cool.
That's dope. Now they get to experience that. Now they get to see the other side of why you went to go work so hard in the summertime while you was home. Like you ain't taking no breaks. That's love. So how was Serbia?
Cutthroat. If it's one word to describe it, bro, it's cutthroat. Like and old school. Like
that's history.
Two practices a day. Wasn't used to the smoking in every restaurant. I wasn't used to that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they smoking, and teammates smoking before the game in the locker room. They hitting them joints.
And right after in the shower.
For sure. They might hit that jump. No funny. They might smoke that joint at halftime. Smoke that little port at halftime. A little sick. They ain't even like, dang.
Yeah. So
I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry, I'm good.
And be gassed out in 4 minutes. Red turning purple in the face in 4 minutes in the game. But that joint, it was a good, like, we had another good team that year. Like we was number 1 in the league for a while. And then, you start dealing with those problems where, you start getting your money late. We had, difficult with the president of the club. So they switched out presidents in the middle of the season. I ended up leaving there. We ended up going to Lithuania. I had to get up out of there because it was just too much going on. You can't, it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to come into work every day, you know what I'm saying, and really
Mm-hmm.
focus on work when that stuff going on, especially when you got your family out there with you. So
Yeah, you need that on
yeah,
time. Like I said, if it was just you out there, you know how to survive it. But nah, my son and my girl out
yeah,
here, you mean, nah, we can't do all that out there. So I feel you. I feel
yeah.
you.
So we had to get up out of there ASAP.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So transferring over to Lithuania,
Mm-hmm.
how was the transition from Lithuania from Serbia?
It was like it was really like a breath of fresh air for real. Because Lithuania, they, I didn't really know they was like in love with basketball like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really in tune with basketball. Like they really invest a lot of money into their clubs, and so like the gym in Serbia, it was like a small old club. You know what I'm saying? One of them older ran down joints. But then I go to Lithuania, we got an arena. Like like you gotta when you park in your car in the parking lot, they open in the joint for you to come park. Like you got jumbotron, like the president. It's like super professional. Like it's well put together organization. So it was something I had to get used to because I'm coming from the smaller clubs, and now I'm on a club that's
Yeah.
it's a Euro Cup team. So it was something I just had to learn how to be more professional, and I didn't learn it until after I left Lithuania because at the time I'm like real standoffish. I'm not talking to none of my teammates, and then I was like, damn, like one of the older guys, Jamel Morris, he was telling me like, yeah, bro, like you got to learn how to play the game, but with these people like. You gotta learn
Mm-hmm.
how to like come in and shake hands every day, come in smiling every day, and just play the
Mm-hmm.
game. You know what I'm saying? To take you further in your career, because he was like, you already
Mm-hmm.
got game. You just gotta learn how to play the game with the people that like stay on these type clubs. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but going from Serbia to that was just like kind of night and day for real.
Mm-hmm. What was some of your biggest moments in Lithuania?
I think playing against the EuroLeague team Zagreus,
Mm-hmm.
playing against them, that was probably one of my favorite moments because I never really played against a club like that, like with so much history and like in the Euro League, you playing against top talent in Europe. And I ain't played my best because I was nervous, like butterflies. I'm out there just scrambling around trying to do the little stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
that was probably my favorite moment because it really, it taught me a lot in that little bit of time that I was there. It taught me a lot. I need to charge this joint for this. I can still hear you though.
Yeah. That's dope, though. That's dope that you got to actually experience that. I think I had a friend that actually played on that team, played on that team. I think Deontay played on that team one of his times around. So your season over in Lithuania
Mm-hmm.
was next. What's next for you in Lithuania? After Lithuania, I'm sorry. After Lithuania, what's next?
Um, Same old. Go home, work out, spend time with the fam. Um, just waiting on the call for my next contract. And I get another early call for real. I got this call in, I think, early June about Romania, going to Romania.
That's where you're at right
And,
now, Romania.
yeah. And
He
so,
said, Let me ask you a question though, because a lot of people they don't understand the rigorous of overseas. That unknown factor of what's next. Like you
mm-hmm,
got to be almost like psychotic with this. Like you really got to love this game to keep going after the unknown. Like you don't know what's about to happen next, but we rocking out. I'm working out. I'm giving something blind. It's like blind trust almost. It's like that.
mm-hmm,
I really feel like sometimes it's like because I'm super religious. It's like the trust we're supposed to have in God. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like we know something's great is coming. Like we know something great is coming. You feel me? We put the
mm-hmm,
work in. We do what we're supposed to do. We doing all that. We control what we can control. And it's like the uncertainty. Like you might not know when it happened. Might not know when it's about to happen. But you gonna get that phone call, that email, whatever. But then it happens.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like explain that portion of the journey to the listeners for me, so they know, like, and the viewers, so they know, like, I got a lot of kids that'll be like, yo, they got the plan together. I'm going to play high school ball. I'm going to college. They know they kind of already know I'm not going to go to the league. I'm going overseas. But I told him, like, you really gotta love basketball to play overseas. You can't like basketball. You gotta love
Yeah.
basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So let them give them some insight on you, how you are, how you deal with that, that type of the uncertainty of overseas basketball, waiting for that next contract.
Um, just over time, just knowing like the work I put in during the summertime and like letting it show during these
Mm-hmm.
seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you go home with that uncertain feeling, like, man, I hope something good come next, or I don't know what's next. Everybody do. Even if they tell you they don't, they lying because
Facts.
you can have your best, year of your career, and your team be losing,
Mm-hmm.
and you like, why I ain't get no call yet? It's September. They already started training camp. Why I ain't get no call yet? So it's just about like staying patient because patience it plays a big factor in playing overseas. Like, yeah, a lot of people say they're gonna play overseas, but if you don't have the patience, bro, you're not gonna be able to last long in this game. I'm telling you, because you gotta have patience. Like, even I'm still dealing with stuff now to this day in my 5th year, and like this is my 5th year overseas, and this probably the most ever in my life I done talked to God. Like, no exaggeration. Like, I've been talking to God more than I ever have, because it's just like it seemed like stuff just sometimes it seemed like it's unbearable at times, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like they say God is with the patient, so I try to be as patient as possible, like in any situation. Like,
Mm-hmm.
my team not winning this year. Last year we finished 5th in the league. We made history for this club. It's the first time they finished top 8 in like 20 years, something like that. We made it to the playoffs, first time in 30 years or something like that. So, and then you come back, you thinking the situation gonna be the same, it's worse. And
Mm-hmm.
so like now I'm just playing the waiting game, and I'm just being patient. I'm like I'm trying to tell you, bro, patience goes a long way. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even when you are over here, like I said, you still gonna deal with stuff being over
Mm-hmm.
here as though as you would at home, like waiting on a call. So it's just about knowing yourself, and what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
especially knowing yourself on them cold, them lonely nights. Like, you got to know yourself on the loneliest nights, bro. Like,
I
and
tell
be able
people
to,
that.
yeah, for real.
I tell
You
people
got to
that. I
be able to.
said overseas will let you know, you'll find out exactly who you are as a person,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
you got nothing but time to by yourself. Like, if unless you brought your family over there, which is cool. Now you're doing your family dynamic and how you have the structure you're going to have going forward in life. But when you over there by yourself, solo dolo, it's going to mold you and it's going to show you who you are as a person day in, day out. For sure, for sure,
Yeah, and I'm
for sure.
definitely learning by myself every day because, like I
Mm,
said, I was never really like the praying type. Yeah, I used to talk to God here and there, but like now I'm learning to talk to Him when things going good and when they going bad. Like,
that's
I'm
right.
trying to get closer. Yeah, I'm trying to get closer with that. So
That's right.
just having faith in that, and like I said, knowing myself now. Like, I know myself, and I know like it's always gonna be light at the end of that tunnel, bro. So
Yeah.
that's just really what it is.
Hmm. So, um, some of you, I just want to know about, I know we talked about it a little bit. Like, what's some of your toughest adversities? Like, we know about the pros of you getting a contract and everything like that. What's been some of the toughest adversities you faced throughout your whole overseas career? The toughest that you could pinpoint on, like, that's the toughest. We can say on the court and off the court to make it simpler. So you could choose. There's really two choices.
So on the court, toughest adversity is just learning that every night not gonna be your night.
Mm-hmm.
So what I mean by that is I'm gonna say two on the court. So that first, every night not gonna be a night. So what I mean by that is I might can have 2 weeks. I go in the stretch. I got 25 one night, and I got 20 the next night. We win both of them games, and then you come back the third week. You got 4 points, but y'all win. you gotta learn how to, you gotta learn how to balance it out because you still got to be excited about the win, even though it's natural to be selfish, especially in this line of business. You got to be selfish
Mm-hmm.
because this is how you're gonna get your next job.
It's a
So
fact.
I think that's one of the adversities, and then another one is like just knowing that this line of business is cold, bro. Like dealing with, like I said earlier, you deal with president switches, you deal with coaching switches. Sometimes you might, they might get rid of you. You don't know why. You doing what you're supposed to do, but y'all not winning. They can get rid of you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing you got to look for, like in this,
Tell
being
them,
professional.
tell them getting
Hmm.
paid late.
Yeah, getting paid late. You might not ever see
Apartment,
your money.
apartment might be trash.
The
Something,
whole
right?
everything. Yeah, it's always gonna be something.
Yeah,
Everything not gonna always be perfect, bro. It's always gonna be
yeah, that's
something.
true. Uh-huh.
So you
Okay.
said,
Give me one. Give me one off the court. Off the court.
uh, you deal with your normal family stuff, like like miss the holidays, or you might miss time with your kids, or relationships might not work out the way you thought it was gonna work out. Being over here because you're here for a job, you're not here on vacation. You bring somebody over here, they don't know that. They think you're supposed to be doing this and that on your off time, but like you still
I need
gotta
some
take care of your
rest.
body. Yeah, you gotta recover. You gotta watch film. Like you still gotta go to practice. So your time with people is limited, bro. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
an off the court one. Yeah, for sure. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm. At least you got, like I'm saying, it's a blessing that you was able to bring your son over there
Yeah. Hmm.
to see it. I didn't get that option, that choice. They was already in school, kind
Hmm.
of starting in school and stuff I was over there doing my thing. So let's see. I got a bunch of questions. Hold on. You ask that one. Ask that one. How do you deal with, like, when you having an off day? It ain't your game. You might have had a bad stretch for 2 weeks. How do you deal with that and not let doubt creep in, or like the uninsurance, like the unreassurance, like that you don't have, like you don't fall into that, keep that slump going? Like, how do you get yourself out of that? What's your routine? What's your mindset? What do you do to get yourself out of a slump? That's pretty much my own aim. What you do to not let that doubt creep in and be like, yo, I'm still him. I might have been off these last 2 weeks. I ain't worried about none of that, but I'm Duff. Like, how you prepare for
Um.
that? How what you do?
So I come in my crib and I turn like a old video of myself, like on YouTube. Like I
Mm.
watch an old like highlight mix, or I watch videos of like games before where I had good games. But I don't really change nothing up. Like I still do the same thing. Um, I say when in doubt, shoot it out, bro. That's what I be saying. I'm gonna keep shooting it. I'm gonna keep letting that thing go, bro. I don't care because
I know
you gotta
that's
think about
right.
it. You gotta think about it. When you play ball, so you shot them shots a million times before, a million
Mm-hmm.
times. So when you missing, yes, it's normal to get discouraged. You're like, damn, and you keep missing. You go 2 weeks on that street, you keep missing, you keep missing. Man, that third week come and you keep shooting them same shots, and you in practice, you shooting the same shots, and you start making it. You like where it's been at all along. But I never lose sight of that though. I'm like, I'm gonna keep shooting. I'm gonna keep letting it go. I don't care who said what. Like it's my
Mm-hmm.
teammates know me. You know what I'm saying? Like they know I'm gonna make this shot. They know I'm gonna make that shot. They know I'm gonna make the
Mm-hmm.
right pass when the time comes. But like I don't lose sight of none of that, bro. I just keep shooting. I do not care. Like you gotta have a short term memory playing basketball. I feel like that. Period. Like when you play any sport, you gotta have a short term memory because it might be time. I think about like football. Look at Lamar Jackson. He might throw a pick six, one offensive
Mm-hmm.
drive. He got to come back out there the next drive, and what he going? He can't dwell on that pick six. Like he gotta, you know what I'm saying? He gotta get back to it. So that's how I think about it. You miss one
Mm-hmm.
shot, you back down in the other end in 24 seconds. So what you gonna keep being mad about missing the shot that happened 24 seconds ago, or you
Yeah,
gonna
that
shoot it
short term
again?
memory. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a short term memory. That's for sure.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I'll find this question real fast. I want to know, being out there, being to yourself. Have you ever had time to sit and think and find out what was your purpose in life?
Like outside of basketball, or
Yeah, it could be bad. Yeah, definitely. It's your life. So your life. That the basketball stops one day. So
mm, that's a good question, bro. I ain't really thought about that.
hmm.
Mm,
Then you got time to sit there while you're over there by yourself and think about it. Like once this basketball stop, once I'm done playing, even though it's gonna be hope it's another 10 years you hooping. I hope so. I pray to God. Maybe 15. Hope you get a dub out of that. No lie. It's rare, but hopefully your body
mm,
cooperate with you. You're taking good care of it. You can get it, you can get another dub. Get another 15, get a whole dub out
yeah.
playing basketball. But that time, this time is like I think if I could go back and do it over, like
Mm,
the things I've been doing, I think I'd have took more serious as I was playing to prepare the transition. So it's not like I got a break, I got anything I got going. I kind of already had an idea what I wanted to do and
mm,
things like that, which was coaching, which was training, but I didn't know how to go about doing it.
yeah.
But the whole time I was doing it.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Not even knowing it, but I was doing it. Like you got the advantage of the percentile of, not saying you want to go into coaching, but you got the percentile of that 0.5 people in the world that was able to take that to the professional level
mm,
and stay consistent with it. You could be a pro for a year. That's cool. You played on the team for a year, but you played right now. You're on year 5. I got the year 7, but
mm,
you on year 5. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's a true blessing of it all. Some people don't get one day,
Mm,
one game. They think they playing semi-pro basketball. They professionals. I'm like, nah, bro.
yeah.
That's semi-pro basketball. No disrespect to semi-pro basketball. I've done that before as well, but that's not. It's a different levels. Like they don't have like that's their job day in day out. They don't have to go back and go clock in at another job, and that's paying all their money. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
now a little 500, a little 200 a game. Let me ask you a question too, though, because now we know how to saturate how the market is now and things like that, right? I was having we used to talk about it on Instagram Live. I jumped on somebody live and they was talking about a kid. He's really talented, and he
Mm,
kind of like he kind of like in your situation. He got a kid. He got a son. He just had a son.
mm,
Kid got game. He fresh out of school. He got his degree. He got his degree, but he got game. He got game. I'm telling you, like he got young. He left hand. He got game,
mm,
and people are telling him to go overseas, bro. Go overseas, and he like I got a kid. Like he like basketball, but he like bro, they not offering no money. You know how the market is right now. You fresh out of
yeah.
school, like you ain't
Mm,
getting 10K. You're not getting
yeah.
5K sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Depending on your situation. Like he like, man, what I'm gonna do with 1,500, 2,000 a month? What's the advice you can give to him? And like he loves basketball. So what's the advice can you give to him? Like speaking to him. And if you listen, his name T Wade. T Wade. T Wade.
Z
Young boy
Wade.
tough. Yeah, he tough. He left hand. He left hand. Tough. Tough. Knowing
If
that
he
y'all in a
really,
similar situation. Yeah.
if he really loved basketball, bro,
Mhm.
and I understand you got a kid, two, like you said, two now, like with all the stuff going on, yeah, inflation and all that, 2,000 really ain't a lot of money. But you could take that 2001 year, go kill, and that joint could turn into 10, 12 the next year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's really his mindset, like he just got to change his mindset because I know it's not a lot of money right now, but
Mhm.
like that one good year you had playing basketball over here can change your life forever. You gotta look at some of
Mhm.
the guys like I don't know the dude name off the top of my head right now, but he plays in the Champions League now.
Mhm.
He had two good games in the Champions League, just only 2 games.
Mhm.
So mind you, it's Euro League, it's Euro Cup, Champions League, and then you got some of the other, other good leagues. He was in
Yeah.
Champions League. That's a good league. 2 games, he had 35 and maybe 39. He got a call from Maccabi, which is a EuroLeague team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All it take is, get
Being seen by the right people. Right.
Yeah, that's all it take, and that joint can change your life.
Mm-hmm.
So he just got to take that gamble on himself. And you said he can
Mm-hmm.
hoop, so it shouldn't be no problem. Yeah, it shouldn't be no problem. He come over here, get his money. You got guaranteed money. You're gonna make the money.
Mm-hmm.
Go over there, kill, do your thing, get your numbers, and then next year, you know what I'm saying, you can see 8, 10, 12, whatever whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all up to him, though. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No problem.
Will you see yourself within the next 5 years?
5 years, that'd be 10. I'm gonna be EuroLeague, bro. I'm gonna be in the EuroLeague.
Talk that talk.
Yeah, I'm for sure be in the EuroLeague. For sure. Probably within the next 3, to keep it honest. Next 3.
Are you going to the next 3?
Mm-hmm. I'll be ready that age range.
Oh, for them, okay. They kind of like older players a little bit, unless he was born over there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
What's some advice that you would give your younger self to today? That knowing all everything that you've done, that you've been through now, what's some advice that you would give your younger self? Whether it be mental advice, school advice, whatever type of advice, like life advice, what's something that you would give to your younger self? I'm gonna let you do 2 things. I'm gonna let you do 2 things.
First would be go to school, and then the second thing would be don't be afraid to let people in. You know what I'm saying? Like being closed off, I feel like that kind of shut me off from a lot of opportunities. That's what I mean by that. Like being so closed off, people don't know how to read me or how to talk to me. I think if I was a little bit more open, I think it could have opened a lot more doors for me. Yeah. So them the only 2. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give you this time right now. We about to wrap up a little bit. I'm gonna give you this time. You any shout outs you want to give out? Say what's up. To some folks. I see you got that LFM on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go shop LFM, man. It's my boy Brennan Gross brand. Learn from mistakes. I feel like
that's our brand. That's our brand, right? That's what I'm talking about. That's right.
You can apply this in any aspect of life. You just learn as you grow. And they got LFM and respect the growth. So
respect the growth, yes. Shout out to Brennan. Shout out to Brennan with that. Anybody else you want to shout out? Your mom, anybody, your mom.
Shout out to my son, man.
Yeah, exactly. Your son.
My boy about to be 3 in February. We're gonna have fun when dad touch back home.
That's right. That's right. We recorded this on my son's birthday. My son Avery A Boogie turning 5 today. Happy birthday, son! On this A Boogie episode right here. You know what I mean?
Happy birthday,
go turn
A
up.
Boogie.
About to turn up with him one time. But man, listen, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you being here. We set this up in a matter of not even 24, not even 12 hours. We just on different time links. I'm saying, hey man, you free tomorrow? What's up? No problem. I appreciate that. Trying to get consistent with these episodes and stay on top of everything, bro. Happy I got you on while you overseas right now, which is big for the viewers and the listeners. Let them know that hearing your story, they can achieve any goal. Don't gotta just be basketball. They can just accumulate and articulate what you talked about. Because I know we all go through similar things in life. Our profession, we just love basketball. They could be a teacher going through what we're going through, and you give them that light to keep going and let them know light at the end of the tunnel. I definitely appreciate you, bro, for tapping in.
Appreciate you for having me.
We about to go turn. I might go get cake and ice cream wasted. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? This Rec Close podcast, having dope conversations in comfortable settings. Shout out my brother Jorden Duffy. Episode lock in.
Appreciate it.